Alrighty, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle here, and today I would like to talk about the Xbox One and specifically Kinect 2.0. Now, Microsoft has got a lot of flack over the last little while because of all the implementations that they had with the Xbox One. They did go back on a lot of the negative things that they had done, one of them being that the Kinect no longer has to be on and even connected to the Xbox One to play the thing. That, to me, is an awesome thing. That's a great decision on their part. However, let's go back to before they decided to go against this. Why did the Kinect have to be connected and on when you played the Xbox One? Why was that mandatory? They came out and said that they had no intentions of ever spying on us. That was not the reason why it had to be connected. But why? Why in the first place was it mandatory? If they had no intentions of ever using it to do that, then what's the point of having it connected? For one, let's say if you bought the Xbox One day one, and for whatever reason, or later on down the line, the Kinect would have broken. What do you do then? Do you have to go out and buy an Xbox One just to get that Kinect? Because the thing is that every Xbox One is bundled with the Kinect. So there's no real point in them selling the Kinect separately. So you would have to spend another $500 just to play the Xbox One, even though you have a full functioning system. But because the Kinect has to be connected for you to play it, it was so many stupid things that I saw with that. And if they had no intentions of ever spying on us, then why did it have to be connected? Anyway, they're going against that, which is awesome. But now this comes into play. Every Xbox One is bundled with the Kinect. You cannot get a Xbox One without the Kinect. Even though you don't have to have it connected and on, you can take the Kinect now and just throw it out and you'll be fine. Which is, what a lot of people might be doing. Not necessarily throwing it out and smashing it into pieces, but they just might leave it in the box and never touch it ever again. That's probably what would have happened if I would have, when I eventually get the Xbox One. So why are we being forced to get the Kinect? Well, I do understand, in my opinion, I think that Microsoft was hoping that, this shows developers that everybody that has an Xbox One also has a Kinect, which means there's the potential possibility that there's a lot of Kinects out in the market, and that will get developers to jump in and say, okay, well, everybody that has an Xbox One has a Kinect, so let's make some games for it. Yes, that makes sense, but the Kinect on its own, on the Kinect 1, on the Xbox 360, sold really well. I think there was over like 10 million Kinects out there. And if that didn't, saturate developers to go and make games for it, I don't see how every Xbox One bundled with a Kinect would get them to jump horse now. Why? It's going to take quite a while for the Xbox One to even get over 10 million. So that means that it's going to take, there's no way in the first year that the Xbox One will sell 10 million. I just do not see that happening. So it's going to take quite a few years for them to get to a point. And I don't know what the magic number is for developers to go, well, there's 20 million Xbox Ones out there, which means there's 20 million Kinects, so let's start finally making some games for the system, for the Kinect specifically. Now, I doubt that's going to happen because, for one, just because you have a Kinect does not mean that you will play Kinect games. If I had the Xbox One, there's certainly no way in hell that I'd be buying a Kinect game on day one, or for $50 or $60. They're not worth that much to me. I did have fun with Just Dance with my brother playing 4 players. That was fun, but I wouldn't have paid that money. And I would much prefer to see the Xbox One having the bundled $500, which is what it is right now, with the Kinect, but also having another version, Xbox One without the Kinect, so that they can compete with Sony at the $400 range. That's what they should have focused on. I understand what they're trying to do because they want developers to make more games, but no, what you should do, focus on beating your main competitor, Sony. Beat them. Have the $400, Xbox One, also competing directly with Sony. That way you have a chance of winning the system war, having more Xbox Ones out there to begin with. Sony doesn't have as much if you do it correctly and your main focus is to beat your competition. $400 for the Xbox One, $400 for the PS4, have all the extra goodie stuff for the Xbox One, win that system war, then also try to get people to get the Kinect by Microsoft making the best Kinect game ever. Spend tons of money into this and show us why we'd need to have a Kinect in our living room and have this game. So Microsoft has to be the one that puts the money out and puts the time and effort into making this game. Then once you have, you've won the console war, or you're winning the console war because there's that many more Xbox Ones out there, and then you get more people to get Kinect afterwards because that you have this amazing game. That's what you do. That's how you get more people to because then you have a chance of even beating, because everybody at that point that would have a Kinect wants to play the game. It gives the developers, a better idea of how many people actually have a Kinect and play Kinect games. Right now they're saying 20 million people, Xbox One, that have a Kinect. That means there's 20 million Kinects out there. They don't know how many people, there might only be 1 million people that play Kinects. But if you have it sold separately, then you know exactly how many people buy Kinect games. In my opinion, that would be a much better idea. But obviously Microsoft isn't going with it. I understand why they do it, but they weren't thinking, there's just a lot of things that Microsoft was not thinking of properly, in my opinion, with the Xbox One. So anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think of the whole Kinect fiasco and how it's being bundled, and really why was it mandatory for it to be connected at the beginning with. I would like to know that answer. Anyway, you've been Bearded In. Thanks for watching, everyone. Beardage!